calling about public affairs information, please press 3. If you're calling about foreign commercial information, please press 4. If you're calling about Customs and Border Patrol information, please press 5. If you'd like to hear this message again, please press 6. If you require operator assistance, please press 0 now. You have reached the American Embassy in London. Please listen carefully to the following message as our selections may have changed. If you know your party's 4-digit extension, please dial it now. For all consulate inquiries, please visit our website at http://london.usembassy.gov. For additional automated information, please press 1. If you're calling about visa information, please press 1. If you're calling about American Citizen Services, please press 2. If you are calling about the death of a U.S. citizen, please press 1. For information on U.S. passports, on reporting the birth of a U.S. citizen child, and on travel advisories or visa requirements for U.S. citizens, please press 2. If you are calling about the arrest of a U.S. citizen in the United Kingdom, please press 3. For information on taxes and other internal revenue service matters, please press 4. For information on notarials, please... American Services, hello.
Hi, hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, can I help?
Yes, you can. I'm an American citizen and I'm trying to get back home.
Okay. What's stopping you getting home, sir?
I don't have my passport.
Okay. Well, have you lost your passport or something? What's happened to your passport?
I was kidnapped as a little boy,
Right.
and I grew up to actually figure out how I was gonna get back home.
Okay, well, you just have to apply for another passport, sir. That's the only thing I can suggest, okay?
I know that's what you could suggest, but my situation is quite complicated as an American citizen.
Okay, well, you haven't come through to passport, so you'll have to either email them. They have an email address. If you could email them and send your inquiry into them.
Yes, but I have already emailed the American Embassy, and they said I should contact the U.S. Department in the United States, and the U.S. Department said I should contact you guys down here to actually help me
Yeah,
to
so
sort it
you
out.
need to contact the passport department. We don't have nothing to do with that section. This is what you've come through to.
Yes, I know. Can I explain myself, madam? Because I'm American, and are you American as well?
No, but we don't deal with passports and citizenship, so I can't help you in this section.
Okay,
now.
I know.
Yeah, so you have to send an email into the passport and citizenship if you need another passport and explain your situation.
Okay.
Okay.
Hello, madam. I just heard what you just said.
You have reached the United States Embassy in London. Please listen carefully to the following message as our selections may have changed. If you know your party's 4-digit extension, please dial it now. For all passport and visa inquiries, please visit our website at http://london.usembassy.gov. For additional automated information, please press 1. You have reached the American Embassy in London. Please listen carefully to the following message as our selections may have changed. If you know your party's 4-digit extension, please dial it now. For all consulate inquiries, please visit our website at http://london.usembassy.gov. For additional automated information, please press 1. If you're calling about visa information, please press 1. If you're calling about American Citizen Services, please press 2. If you are calling about the death of a U.S. citizen, please press 1. For information on U.S. passports, on reporting the birth of a U.S. citizen child and on travel advisories or visa requirements for U.S. citizens, please press 2. If you are calling about the arrest of a U.S. You have reached the U.S. Passport and Citizenship Unit at the U.S. Embassy in London. Detailed information concerning passport services, including registering the birth of a U.S. citizen child born in the United Kingdom, is available from the Embassy's website at london.usembassy.gov. That address again is london.usembassy.gov. Before proceeding, you may wish to have a pen and paper handy. Please listen carefully to the following options. For information on replacing a lost or stolen U.S. passport, press 1. If you require information on replacing a lost or stolen U.S. passport. If your passport has been stolen, you should report it immediately to the nearest police station. Regardless of your age, in order to replace a lost or stolen passport, you are required to attend the embassy in person through a pre-arranged appointment. Children under the age of 16 must be accompanied by both parents. The fee for replacing a passport is $105 for those under 16 and $135 for those 16 and over. Appointments are available between 7:45 a.m. and 10:30 a.m. Monday through Friday.
Dollars.
The U.S. Passport and Citizenship Unit is closed on U.S. and UK public holidays. Further detailed information, including the online appointment booking system, is available from our website at london.usembassy.gov. That address again is london.usembassy.gov. To repeat this message, press star. To return to the previous menu, press the number sign. You have selected information on. You have reached the U.S. Passport and Citizenship Unit at the U.S. Embassy in London. Detailed information concerning passport services,
Nobody talked to, right?
The birth of a U.S. citizen child born in the United Kingdom, is available from the Embassy's website at london.usembassy.gov. That address again is london.usembassy.gov. Before proceeding, you may wish to have a pen and paper handy. Please listen carefully to the following options. For information on replacing a lost or stolen U.S. passport, press 1. If you require information on replacing a passport in an emergency, please continue listening to this message. For information on renewing a U.S. passport, press 2. For information on reporting the birth of a U.S. citizen child born in the United Kingdom, press 3. For information on adding extra visa pages to a U.S. passport or legal name changes, press 4. For information on replacing a U.S. passport in an emergency, press 5. For information on travel advisories and visa requirements for U.S. citizens, press 6. For all other U.S. passport and citizenship-related inquiries, you have selected information about travel advisories and visa requirements for U.S. citizens. Extensive travel information is available at the Department of State Consular Affairs website at www.travel.state.gov. This website also contains information on the Smart Traveler Enrollment Program, a free service for U.S. citizens to receive current travel information about the country where they will be traveling or living. You can also receive updates including travel warnings and travel alerts. If you are a resident in the United Kingdom and seeking information about visa requirements for U.S. citizens, you should contact the embassy or consulate of the country you wish to visit. Please consult a telephone book or a telephone operator for information on how to contact other missions in London. Alternatively, please visit the Department of State Consular Affairs website at www.travel.state.gov and review the information for foreign entry requirements. To repeat this message, press star. To return to the previous menu, press the number sign.
Number sign.
For information about child custody, please press 1. For information on British immigration procedures, please press 2. For information on driver's licenses, please press 3. For information on marriage in the United States or in the United Kingdom, please press 4. For information on travel warnings or visa requirements for American citizens, please press 5. For information about legal or medical services, please press 6. To repeat this message, please press star. To return to, you have selected information on legal and medical services in the United Kingdom. The information that follows is also available on the embassy website at london.usembassy.gov. The embassy does not provide legal or medical services and cannot give legal or medical advice. If you require legal or medical advice, please consult an attorney, solicitor, or medical professional directly. The embassy maintains a list of American and British lawyers and solicitors, as well as a list of doctors and dentists. The embassy assumes no responsibility for the professional services or facilities offered and can provide no assistance towards fees. If you would like to receive a copy of any of these lists, you may download them from the embassy website at london.usembassy.gov. Alternatively, please send us an email at scslondon@state.gov to request one or both of these lists. That email address again is scslondon@state.gov. If you are calling with regards to a medical emergency or wish to speak to a consular representative, please press 2. To repeat this message, please press star. To return to the emergency task force, may I help you?
Hi, can I talk to a US citizen, please?
Excuse me?
Can I talk to a US citizen that works in your organization? I want to talk to an American, please.
Excuse me, sir. Can you tell me what, in regards to what you would like to speak to an American citizen?
Because I'm American, I want to talk to my fellow American.
I'm afraid, sir, this is a passport emergency line. You'll have to be more specific so I could better assist
Yeah,
you.
I would like to talk to my fellow Americans to assist me. That's what I'm trying to do right now. I want to talk to an American citizen that works in the US embassy.
Hold on a second, sir, please.
Thank you. It's the Consulate Department of the US Embassy in London.
Hello, sir.
Yes, madam.
Hello. Yeah. Thank you for waiting. If you could tell me, because there are several people who would be able to assist you better. If you tell me
I
what-
just want to talk to an American citizen because I'm American. I want to talk to my fellow American. That's
Yes,
it.
I understand, but to put you through to the best person to talk to you, I need to know.
I don't need the best person. Any American will do.
Hold on a second, please. Hello, sir.
Hello. Good day.
Hi there. I understand you were speaking to my colleague, and you wish to speak to an American.
Yes, I like to speak to an American.
Yeah, I understand that. I don't know if you're aware, this is a very big department with lots of different aspects that we deal with. So we're not being difficult. We're not asking you to give private information to us, but we just want some idea of the kind of question you have so that we can best help you.
You're British. I want to talk to any American citizen to give my ideas to my fellow American. That's all.
Okay, no, but just, okay, if I give you, like,
Madam, any American citizen that works in the U.S. Embassy, I would like to talk to because I'm an American. I want to talk to my American citizen, my fellow American. It's that difficult.
Oh, no, sorry, it's not difficult. It's just that we...
Then, if it's not difficult, then why can't you just connect me to any American citizen that works in the U.S. Embassy? If it's not difficult, you're being difficult by questioning me. I'm an American citizen. I want to talk to my fellow American that works in the U.S. Embassy. Simple.
Yeah, it's just that as I said, we have various different departments, and...
I know you have various different departments. I just want to talk to any American citizens within your department. Anyone will do.
Okay, just one more moment, please. Thank you for your patience. Sir?
Yes, please.
I'll transfer you to American Citizen now.
Thank you.
Passport Services.
Hi. Good afternoon, madam.
Hi, do you have a passport emergency?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Are
You're
you
an American citizen?
Yes, I am, madam. Are you American as well?
I am, yes.
Please, what's your name, madam?
My name's Pamela Bentley. What's your name, sir?
Pamela Bentley. My name is Muhammad Ali. I'm the son of Muhammad Ali.
Uh-huh.
As a little boy, I was kidnapped from my father, Muhammad Ali, the greatest boxer that ever lived, and I'm trying to get back home because I don't have my passport before I was kidnapped as a little boy, so I'm looking for a way to get my passport and going back to America. I was born on the 19th of May, 1972, in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
And I was kidnapped in America in the early 80s and brought to the UK, and my identity was switched to someone I'm not. So I'm looking for my fellow Americans to get me back home because the British government is holding me hostage in America, and I'm trying to get back home.
Okay. Well, you will need to get home. All you need to do is have your U.S. passport, and you can get on an airplane and fly back to the United States.
I know, Pamela.
So you will need your. All you need to do is apply for a passport. In order to do that, you'll need your birth certificate, and you can come in here.
Yes.
To get your birth certificate, you said you were born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania?
Yes, I was.
All right. You can just Google information on how to apply for your own personal record. You are entitled to your birth certificate. To Just one second. Let me find Pennsylvania birth records. Just one second. There you go. In order to get a copy of your birth certificate, all you have to do is request it. Go to www.health.pa.gov and you can request a copy of your birth certificate.
Okay, Pamela, but the situation is quite complicated because I was kidnapped as a kid, right?
Okay. You would still have a birth certificate?
I know I will still have a birth certificate, but I cannot afford a birth certificate because due to the complications of me, being disabled, at the moment I cannot work for a living. So I'm trying to get back home, so I want my fellow countrymen and women to help me get back home. I could give you my information. I don't mind. It's just put the scenario. Imagine an American citizen was held hostage.
I do, sir. I'm just going to interrupt you right there. We cannot request. It is actually against the law.
Okay.
To get a birth record for a U.S. citizen who is not. I can't get your U.S. citizen record.
Okay.
Only you can get it.
I know only I could get it, but what I'm trying to say is, let me give you a scenario. Imagine an American citizen was held hostage in a different country, right? He's trying to get back home. Would you tell him to get his passport when being held hostage, right? Or would you help your fellow American to get back home?
I don't have any law enforcement ability, so I wouldn't be able to help you if you were in a different country. And in the United Kingdom, we have free and open travel, so this is the advice we would give to anyone.
This would be the free advice you give to anyone, okay? Now, since you've given me this free advice, and I acknowledge that you've given me a positive free advice on how to go about it, right? But my situation, being unable to afford to get my birth record, right? For I've been homeless for over 30 years due to the fact that I've been kidnapped as an American citizen, and I've been put here on the road.
Well, not totally homeless because you're not calling from a telephone.
Well, I can afford to keep my telephone because I've had this telephone for over 5 years, so I can afford to talk on the telephone. It's easy. The telephone, it's nothing. Anybody has a cell phone. We're living in the 21st century, madam, right? I need to talk to somebody who can help me in this complicated, tight situation, for I'm an American citizen and I have my American rights and civil rights, and I'm trying to exercise my civil rights and my American rights. So I was wondering if you could help me with the supervisor of the U.S. Embassy who can actually help me get back home.
Until you can establish for us that you are a U.S. citizen,
Well,
I cannot help you get
well,
back.
I have established who I am by my name, by my identity, by my date of birth, by my parents' name, Muhammad Ali, and my mom's name, Veronica Porsche, from Louisiana, from Kentucky, born American. I was born American, so I can.
Right. Well, then all you have to do is get a copy of your birth certificate. Since you know your father and your mother's name and when you were born, you'll be able to request a copy of it very easily.
I know I can. You said I know I can recover it very easily, but I said I'm in a tight situation in the fact that I cannot afford, right, to pay for a birth certificate, right, because of the complications given to me as a little boy. Okay,
sir. Here's the thing. You have spoken to my staff on numerous occasions.
Yes, I have.
We have given you multiple instructions, and we have also looked you up in all of our records. There are no records of you having any documentation as a U.S. citizen. Therefore, until you can establish for us that you are indeed a U.S.
because
citizen,
I have been
we cannot
kidnapped.
help you get to the United States.
Yeah,
I recommend that you work with a friend or a family member or a member of the county council here where you are in the UK to help you get a copy of your birth certificate.
Like I said, right, I was kidnapped. The word kidnapped is illegal, okay? It's an illegal thing. So my documents have been prevented from me to actually have. So it's corruption, it's fraudulent, and I'm trying to get back home. And I'm explaining to you in logical sense. I need justice. I'm fighting for my justice. I'm fighting for my freedom. It's a complicated situation. So as a fellow American, you need to understand what is going on. You cannot just ignore the fact that a child was kidnapped and held against his will, because that's illegal. That's unlawful, right? And you, as an American citizen, are preventing me from getting back home by putting laws and words into my mind to make it more complicated. Because no person...
It is a very easy process. All you have to do is get a copy of your birth certificate, and we'll be able to establish your U.S. citizenship and help you get back to the United States.
If your child was kidnapped, right, how would you feel, madam?
Sir, that is not relevant.
What do you mean that is not relevant? I am talking as...
Sir, the discussion is how do you get back to the United States? I have told you you need to get a copy of your U.S. citizenship document. I have explained to you how to get it. You have spoken to many of my staff members who have also given you that information.
Yes,
that is what you need to do. That is the next step you need to take.
The situation...
Now, I wish you well in attempting to get that information, and when you have it, we will be happy to see you at any time to get you a passport so that you can go back to the United States, which will be a very easy thing.
But someone in the United States is fraudulently using my identity as his, which is illegal already.
Then you need to go to the police.
I have gone to the police, but the police doesn't want to
Great. Well, then they can help you.
Listen,
As I said, we have no law enforcement authority here in the United Kingdom, and we have no law enforcement authority in the United
madam,
States. So only a police officer can help you if someone has stolen your identity.
Okay, madam, you're boycotting my voice, right? I have gone to the police. I have explained my case, but they refuse to put down my name, my identity on the record for me to actually come to the U.S. Embassy because they know they're illegally holding me hostage. Alright, so that's why I'm contacting my fellow American, because I've done all that you asked me. I've called the Home Office. I've taken myself directly to the police station. I've invited the police into where I rest. I've given them my information, but they failed to put it down on the record so I could get access to get back home. Okay, that's why I'm calling my fellow American in the American Embassy within the United Kingdom to actually find someone who can actually help me to get back home. I've taken a blood test. I've taken a DNA test. You know, my family are aware I'm alive, but they want justice, so I have to go through the Justice Department to actually break free.
Great. Well, if your family is aware that you're alive, then they will be able to help you get to back to the United States. You say they want justice, they need to bring you back to the United States. They can help you get a copy of your birth certificate, and then it will go quickly. Now, sir, this is a line for emergency passport services. I've given you instructions on your next steps that you need to take. So I do need to go, and when you have your passport documentation, just make an appointment, and we'll be happy to see you.
But I was stolen, so how can I get my...
Thank you so much, sir.
Now, you see, that's an example of the stress human beings are giving me, right? Swerve, right? They're swerving, right? They know, so they're swerving, right? Okay, so this is what I'm going through, right? So that's why I need help. So, Layla, Hannah, tell Dad, right? I need to get back home. That's the only way. Right, because my life is in danger, right? So you as my family members, right, need to start, right? You need to start, you need to, to make the world aware that I have been missing. Without you making the world aware that I've been missing, right, I'm going to be caught up in this conundrum and I'll be in a loophole, right? Because I call the Vital Records and no one's answering. I'm just in a loophole. I'm just going back and forth, right? So you as my family members, you right, need to complain because I exist, right? You know I exist. I'm alive. I'm breathing. I could touch myself. You can look at my features. I'm your blood, right? Your biological blood, right? So start helping, right? Start helping. Because if you don't, my life is in danger. Right? My life is in danger. God bless. I love you all.